Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Thank you very much for your kind association. Let us get started with our study of Srīmad Bhāgavatam, the Bhakti Vaibhava verse. Let us begin with our verses. But before that, let's chant Mangala Charan. Om Ajnanatirmirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mukam karoti vachalam panghum langhayate girim Yatkripa tamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam. Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvise Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadādhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadādhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Etavan Sankhya Yogabhyam Swadharma Parinishthaya Janmalabha Parapumsam Ante Narayana Smritihi. Akama sarva kamo va moksha kama udaradhi tivrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusham param. Aham eva sameva agre nanyadyat sadasat param paschadaham yadetacha yo vashishyeta sosmyaham. Rityartham yat pratiyeta na pratiyeta chatmani tad vidyadatmano mayam yatha bhaso yatha tamaha. Yatha mahanti bhutani bhuteshu chavasheshanu pravisthanya pravisthani yatha teshu nateshaham. Etavadeva jidnyasyam tattva jidnyasunatmanaha anvaya vyatirekabhyam yatsyat sarvatra sarvada. Atra sargo visargascha sthanam poshanam utayaha manvantareshanu katha nirodho muktirashrayah. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Yes, Sharanagat Mataji.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी दंडवत प्रणाम. इको होता है का माहित नाही का मला ऐकू.
तुमचा आवाज एको होतोय. Is everybody hearing a echo when I'm speaking now? Okay. So Mataji, I think it's something to do with your device. तुम्ही 2 डिव्हाइस वर लॉग इन केलाय का?
नाही, तेच मी बघते फोन वरती मी केलंय का. Bhakti will improve. Thank you.
I
Sorry.
think echo is only from Mataji's side, Prabhu. When you are speaking, there's no echo.
No echo, हाँ ठीक है. Okay, so let's get started. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. We are reading from Grantharaj Srīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 7, entitled Scheduled Incarnations of Krishna. And we are going to begin from verse number 7. So, Mukta Sangha Prabhu, you read the Sanskrit verse. It is the same meter as Brahma Samhita. Chintamani prakara sadma shukalpa vriksha lakshavrateshu surabhirabhipalayantam lakshmi sahasra shata sambrama sevyamanam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. Text.
I'll try, Prabhu. I'll try. Thank you.
Kamam dahanti kritino
Kamam dahanti kritino nanurocha drishtya rosham dahant mutatena dahanti asahyam soyam yadantaram malam pravishyam viveti kamah katam nupunar asya manashtayeta.
Very good. Translation, please, Prabhu.
Translation. Great stalwarts like Lord Shiva can, by their wrathful glances, overcome lust and vanquish him. Yet they cannot be free from the overwhelming effects of their own wrath. Such wrath can never enter into the heart of him, the Lord, who is above all this. So how can lust take shelter in his mind?
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
So, Sharanath Mother, you still have some question? Your hand is raised. No, that's okay, na? Okay. So, the supreme authority, Lord Brahma, is speaking these verses to another Mahajan, his own son, Shripad Narad Muni. And Lord Brahma is describing the different scheduled incarnations of Bhagavan. And here, the qualities of Bhagavan, the qualities of Krishna, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, are being described. Great stalwarts like Lord Shiva, by their glance, by opening the third eye, Shankar Bhagavan is able to destroy lust, Kam. But to destroy, you need some anger. So Kam is controlled, but there is manifestation of anger. And Lord Brahma is saying, such anger can never enter into the heart of the Supreme Lord Krishna. Krishna does not have lust. Krishna does not have anger. And he's above all these. So how can lust take shelter in Krishna's mind? It's not possible. So this is called Guna Kirtan. Krishna's qualities are being described. There can be Nam Kirtan, Leela Kirtan, Gun Kirtan, like that. There are different ways of glorifying Krishna, remembering Krishna, and accessing Krishna through Kirtan. So let us study the purport by our beloved founder Acharya Nitya Lila Pravishtha Om Vishnupad Shri Srīmad Abhay Charanarvind Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So in this context, Srila Prabhupada is saying, when Lord Shiva was engaged in severely austere meditation, who does Lord Shiva meditate on? Raise your hand. Yes, Shama Kishori Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, is it Lord Ram?
Yes, Rama Rameti Rameti, Rame Rame Manorame, Sahasranam Tattulyam Rama Nama Varaname. And so Lord Shiva, he meditates on Lord Ram, Lord Krishna, on the Supreme Lord. So you see any painting of Lord Shiva or any deity of Lord Shiva is always sitting in meditation because he's a devotee. You will never see Krishna's deity sitting in meditation. Krishna is enjoying with his friends. But Lord Shiva, being a Vaishnava, and the Acharya of Vaishnava Sampradaya, is always meditating on Krishna, always remembering Krishna. So once Lord Shiva was engaged in such severe austerities, constant meditation on Krishna not eating, not sleeping. This is called austerity, tapo divyam. At that time, Cupid, the demigod of lust, threw his arrow of sex desire. Cupid tried to agitate Shankar Bhagwan. Lord Shiva, thus being angry at him, glanced at Cupid in great wrath, great anger. And at once the body of Cupid was annihilated. And therefore, what is the name of Cupid? Raise your hand. Yes, Sarojanandini Mataji.
Ananga Prabhu.
Yes, he doesn't have Anga. His Anga got burnt. So he's Ananga. He's called Ananga. His body was annihilated. Although Lord Shiva was so powerful, he was unable to get free from the effects of such wrath. So actually, Shankar Bhagwan is taking the role of getting angry. Shankar Bhagwan is above these anarthas. If a sadhak who is on the platform of nishtha can have anartha nivritti, which means freedom from anger, lust, greed, how can the greatest Vaishnava, Vaishnavanamata Shambhu, have any anger? Shankar Bhagwan has no lust, no anger, no envy. Shankar Bhagwan is a completely pure, a special tattva. He is actually a special incarnation of Krishna. But he is taking on this role to show us that the greatest is Lord Krishna, the greatest is Lord Vishnu. Therefore, Shankar Bhagwan pretends to get lusty upon seeing Mohini Murti. He pretends to get angry at Bhrigu. He gets angry at Cupid. He gets scared of who is Vrikasur? Who is Vrikasur in front of, compared to Lord Shiva? He can just blow him away, Vrikasur. But he is running away in fear of Vrikasur. Shankar Bhagwan. One who can destroy the whole world. All the three worlds he can destroy is running away from one simple man, the Rakshas. Vrikasur is nothing compared to Ravan. When with his great toe he pressed on Kailash, Shankar Bhagwan, Ravan's hands were getting crushed and he started crying, and therefore his name became Ravan, one who cries. So that Shankar Bhagwan has no fear of Vrikasur or millions of Vrikasurs. Shankar Bhagwan, he can drink halahal poison, kalakut poison. But it's a Leela. Shankar Bhagwan is running away from Vrikasur. He's getting angry at Kamadev to show the world that I am not the greatest. This is humility. This is Vaishnava. First quality of Vaishnava is Danyata. Amanina. He doesn't want any respect for himself. Manadena. Giving all respects to Krishna. That is our Shankar Bhagwan. Very sweet Lord, Shankar Bhagwan. Very sweet. Whatever I said just now, I have heard from my Guru Maharaj, Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj. In South India Yatra 2005 lecture, Maharaj explains this secret about Lord Shiva, how he gets angry at Bhrigu Muni. It's all meant to glorify Krishna. Actually, he's above all these anarthas. But he's showing this, that he's getting angry. He is not free from the effects of wrath, anger. But in the behavior of Lord Vishnu, there is no incident of such wrath at any time. On the contrary, Bhrigu Muni tested the tolerance of Lord Krishna by purposely kicking him on his chest. And therefore, one of the chinna, one of the signs on the transcendental body of Lord Vishnu is Bhrigupad, the footprint of Bhrigu. Reminds me of Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, Vaishila Vrindavan Das Thakur Mahasaya. Anybody remembers where Bhrigu Pad is mentioned in Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat? I will feel very happy if someone can tell. Very intense moment in Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat. Okay. So in Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat, it is mentioned that three devotees primarily prayed for the appearance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And they were all older in age to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Advaita Acharya, Sri Haridas Thakur, and Srivas Thakur. And they all had different ways, different bhajan paddhati. Sri Advaita Acharya invited Krishna to descend from the spiritual world and appear as Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu by worshipping Shaligram Shila with Ganga Jal and Tulsi leaves. Srila Haridas Thakur implored and prayed to the Supreme Lord to appear as Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu by chanting the holy name incessantly, Nam Bhajan. And Srivas Thakur prayed to the Supreme Lord to appear by worshipping Gangaji, knowing that Krishna is pleased with Ganga Puja. So Srivas Thakur and his brothers, they would always go. Shripati, Srinidhi, Shri Ram, they would always go to Ganga and worship Ganga. So in this way, they invited Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to descend. And when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended and manifested himself as Bhagavan, all of them, they started worshipping Mahaprabhu, even though Mahaprabhu was younger. And they were senior devotees, and Mahaprabhu's mood was because he's Bhakta Avatar. Panchtatatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarup. He's in Bhaktarup. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Bhaktarup. He has come in the form of a devotee. So he wants to offer respect to senior devotees. That is the Vaishnava culture, Vaishnava etiquette. We offer respect to senior devotees. But whenever he would try to offer respects to Advaita Acharya, Srivas Thakur and Haridas Thakur, they would offer him respect in turn. They would not accept any respect from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They would say, oh, you are the avatar, you are the savior, you are Yuga avatar. So Mahaprabhu was not happy, specifically Advaita Acharya, because he was so senior. He was, it is said, 52 years elder to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. When Mahaprabhu was born, Advaita Acharya was 52 years old. Such was the age difference, and he would worship the feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Imagine how embarrassing it is. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it's a long story, I'm getting carried away now. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there's a long story how back and forth they tried to take dust from each other's feet in Srivasangan during Kirtans. And at one point, Advaita Acharya decided, so Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was stronger than Advaita Acharya. So Advaita Acharya, when Mahaprabhu would fall down in ecstasy in Harinam Sankirtan, Advaita Acharya would stealthily come and take the dust from the feet of Mahaprabhu. Then Mahaprabhu would come back to external consciousness and begin the Kirtan, and then he would say, I'm not feeling ecstasy. I think some senior Vaishnava has taken dust from my feet. Did anyone steal the dust from my feet? And all the devotees would, what to do? How can we complain about Advaita Acharya to Mahaprabhu? At the same time, Mahaprabhu is asking us, did someone take dust? How can we lie? So Advaita Acharya only owned up. He said, yeah, I took. What can I do? You never give me dust. So I have to take it when you are unconscious in ecstasy. So Mahaprabhu said, really, you did that to me? And Mahaprabhu attacked him. And Advaita Acharya is running around in Srivasangan. And Mahaprabhu is chasing behind him. And Mahaprabhu catches him. Catches Advaita Acharya, pushes him on the ground, and then forcefully takes the dust from his lotus feet and smears it all over his body. Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Bhagavat describes. And then Advaita Acharya is defeated. And he decides, Advaita Acharya decides, I'm going to take revenge. So he stops coming to Srivasangan. And he starts his Bhakti Vriksha in Shantipur. Advaita Acharya starts a new Bhakti Vriksha in Shantipur. And he starts teaching from Yoga Vasishtha. And he starts teaching pure Mayavad. Just to take revenge on Mahaprabhu. So Mahaprabhu comes to know from Sri Nityananda Prabhu that Advaita Acharya has started a new Bhakti Vriksha in Shantipur and he's teaching pure Mayavad. So Mahaprabhu gets very angry. He says, I have appeared here to defeat the Apasiddhanta that some of the followers of the Mayavad school are practicing. And here is my own Advaita Acharya, my own dear associate, and he's preaching Mayavad. Nityananda Prabhu, bring a boat. Let's go to Shantipur. So Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu Duijan, they get into a boat and they row their way to Shantipur from Navadvip. And they go to Shantipur, they get off their boat, and next to the Ganga bank is the house of Advaita Acharya. And Advaita Acharya is sitting on a raised platform in his veranda. There are hundreds of innocent people sitting, listening to his katha, and he is speaking pure Mayavad. So Mahaprabhu, he screams from the bank of the Ganga, Advaita, tell me, is Brahman higher or is Bhagwan, the concept of Bhagwan, the complete understanding? Is Jnana Marg higher or is Bhagavad Bhakti higher? And Advaita Acharya, without batting an eyelid, he replies, of course, Jnana is greater than Bhakti. Bhakti is for sentimental, bhavuk, emotional, less intelligent people who cannot study the Shastra. Mahaprabhu comes running towards Advaita Acharya, jumps on the Vyasasana, drags him on the ground, sits on his chest and starts punching him. Advaita, you are doing this to me. You are my associate, you are my dear associate, and you are preaching Mayavad, that philosophy that cuts my body to pieces, that philosophy that shatters my heart into pieces. You are preaching that philosophy. How dare you? Mahaprabhu is beating him. And Sita Thakurani comes out of the house and she sees now Mahaprabhu is almost 20 years old. So Advaita Acharya is 72 years old. So she sees a 72-year-old man on the ground with Nimai, 20-year-old young man, 7 foot tall, sitting on his chest and pounding, chastising him and punching him. So Sita Thakurani says, Gosai, forgive him, the old man will die, leave him. Achyutananda comes out and he sees this scene and he's shocked. What is going on? By this time, Haridas Thakur also comes there in a different boat. And Nityananda Prabhu is laughing, seeing Advaita Acharya being beaten up. Haridas Thakur sees, he intensifies his japa, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama. What is going on here? So Haridas Thakur is chanting intensely, Nitai is laughing, Achyutananda is shocked, Sita Thakurani is begging for mercy, and Advaita Acharya is saying to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I have won. Today you have accepted me as your servant. Today you have chastised me. One chastises only one servant. So today you have declared to the whole world, you have proven to the whole world that, oh Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you are the master and I am the das. I am the chastised servant. I am not Bhrigu, who will walk around with the imprint of his feet on the chest of the Supreme Lord. I am that Advaita who proudly carries the dust of your lotus feet on my head. That's the Bhrigu connection. Because Bhrigu Muni's footprint is on the chest of Lord Vishnu. Advaita Acharya says, I am not Bhrigu who will walk around with his footprint on the chest of the Lord. I am that Advaita Acharya who carries the dust of your lotus feet, Mahaprabhu, upon my head. Thank you for chastising me. And then Mahaprabhu is so embarrassed. Oh no, I have been defeated by Advaita Acharya. I fell for the trap. I took the bait. So that was the end of the Bhakti Vriksha. Then Advaita Acharya told all the Bhakti Vriksha people to join Srivasangan. Change of philosophy. Now we are not going to read Yoga Vasishta. We are going to read Bhagavatam. Anyway, so this was, I remembered that. I don't know how I remembered that. From Bhrigu Muni. On the contrary, Bhrigu Muni tested the tolerance of Lord by purposely kicking his chest. But instead of being angry at Bhrigu Muni, Lord begged his pardon, saying that Bhrigu Muni's foot is so soft, must have gotten badly hurt because my Vakshasthal, my chest is too hard. The Lord has the sign of the foot called Bhrigupad as a mark of his tolerance. This is our Lord Krishna. The Lord therefore is never affected by any kind of anger or wrath. So how can there be any place for lust? So bolo, how this is logical? The verse also says that, Brahmaji is saying that, and Prabhupada is saying that. How this is logical? Raise your hand. Yes, Sharanagat Mataji.
Sorry, I was not supposed to, but now sorry. I'll try my best. But this, in the Bhagavad Gita, there is a shloka which says that, like, how lust is, because of the lust you go towards the anger. So if there is no anger and lust, they are connected. That's why if there is no anger, then how can be there is a lust?
Very nice.
Thinking about that particular verse, but
Dhyayato Vishaya Pumsam Sangatesteshu Bhayate Sangat Sanjayate Kama Kamat Krodha. Krodh takes birth from Kam. So if there is no Krodh, that means there is no Kam. Because if Kam is there, there will be Krodh. Because whenever Kam is not fulfilled, there is Krodh. So if there are no mangoes, that means there is no mango tree. Let's put it that way. If there are mangoes, that means there must be a mango tree. And if there is a mango tree, there must be mangoes. So no mangoes means no mango tree. So very good. That was very nice, Sharanagat Mataji. When lust or desire is not fulfilled, there is appearance of wrath or anger. See, Prabhupada explains. But in the absence of wrath, how can there be any place for lust? The Lord is known as Aptakam, or one who can fulfill his desires by himself. He's Atmaram, Aptakam, Satya Sankalpa. Whatever Krishna wants, that happens. So there is no question of unfulfilled desires or anger for Krishna. He does not require anyone's help to satisfy his desires. He's Aptakam. The Lord is unlimited, Ananta, and therefore his desires are also unlimited. All living entities but Lord Krishna are limited in every respect. So all living entities are limited We are Anu, but Krishna is Vibhu. How then can the limited satisfy the desires of the unlimited? The conclusion is that absolute personality of Godhead Krishna has neither lust nor anger. And even if there is sometimes a show of lust and anger, by the absolute, it should be considered as an absolute benediction. It is Krishna's Leela. Okay, text number 8. Rishi Prabhu. Again, it is like Brahma Samhita.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Viddha sapna uttita pratibhir antiragyo balopi san upagatas tapasevanani tasma adadhruvagatim grinante prasanno divyastu vanti munayo yad uparyadtasat.
Very good. Translation?
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Being insulted by sharp words spoken by the co-wife of the king, even in his presence, Prince Dhruv, though only a boy, took to severe penances in the forest, and the Lord, being satisfied by his prayer, awarded him the Dhruva planet, which is worshipped by great sages, both upward and downward. Hare Krishna.
Okay, so Srila Prabhupada is explaining that being insulted by the sharp words spoken by co-wife. What is the co-wife's name? Raise your hand quickly. Yes, Satyarupa Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Suruchi,
And Suniti is?
Dhruva's mother.
Very good. So the co-wife of the king, that is Suruchi, she spoke insulting words because Dhruv was the son of Suniti. And who was the son of Suruchi? Yes, Mataji.
Uttama.
Uttam. So then Dhruv Maharaj was only 5-year-old boy. He took to severe penances in the forest. And the Supreme Lord Krishna, being satisfied by the prayer of Dhruv, awarded him the Dhruva planet, Dhruvalok, which is worshipped by great sages, both upward and downward. North Pole. The North Pole, Dhruvalok, was given to Dhruva Maharaj. And this planet is worshipped by sages, whose planets are above Dhruvalok and whose planets are below Dhruvalok. Everybody worships Dhruva planet. It's a North Pole. Which verse is the North Pole for the devotees? North Pole guides the sailors in the dark night, in the middle of the ocean, to find direction. North Pole. Which verse is North Pole for the devotees? Yes, Shama Kishori Mataji. Unmute. You'll have to unmute, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, is it Trinadapi Sunichena, Tarorapi Saishnana, Manina Manadena, Kirtaniya Sadari?
Very good. Yes, that verse and Na Dhanam Na Janam Na Sundarim. It's the opinion of our acharyas that these verses are the North Pole. Na Dhanam Na Janam Na Sundarim, Kavitam Va Jagadisha Kamaya, Mama Janmani Janmanishware, Bhavatat Bhaktir Ahaituki Tvai. Ahaituki Bhakti is what we want. This is the guiding principle. Any time in life we have any question, we can refer to this word. It will be the compass. It will be the guidance. If it is for Dhanam, Janam, Sundarim, Kavitavya, we don't want it. If it is for liberation, Janmani, Janmani, we don't want it. But if it is pure devotion to Krishna in a favorable way, Ahetuki Bhakti Tvai, then we want it. Like that. So it's a guiding compass for us. This, and of course, Trinadapi Sunichan also. So like that. So in this way, Dhruv Maharaj, he was awarded a Dhruva planet, which is worshipped by everyone. The purport, Prabhupada summarizes the story of Dhruv Maharaj. So we'll skip that because we are going to study Dhruv Charitra in the 4th canto. The next paragraph, we are going to read the next 3 paragraphs. Okay, so please pay attention. It's very important. Prince Dhruva performed a stringent type of penance under the instruction of his spiritual master, Sri Narada Muni, who was specifically deputed for this purpose by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Raise your hand. What do we learn from this? Reflect on this sentence. Yes, Shama Kishori Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, is it that we get Guru by the mercy of Krishna?
Very good. Very good. Excellent. Dhruv Maharaj went to forest. Nobody knew about it. He just told his mother that I'm going. He didn't even tell his father. He didn't tell his stepmother. He didn't tell his half-brother, Uttam. He just left. Nobody knew about it. But Krishna knows everything. Vedaham samatitani. Krishna knows everything. And Krishna sent a Sadguru for him because Dhruv Maharaj was sincere. So if we are sincere, Krishna will send a Sadguru in our life. This is a fact. Clearly it is said here by Srila Prabhupada that Narad Muni was specifically deputed for this purpose to be the spiritual master of Dhruv by the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. Isn't that amazing? Krishna is telling Narad Muni, go Narad Muni, help Dhruv, become his guide, become his guru. Amara agya guru hai, tara ei Dhruv. Jare dekho tare kaho Krishna upadesh, amara agya guru hai, tara ei desh. So like that, Krishna sent Narad Muni for Dhruv Maharaj. Prince Dhruv was initiated by Sri Narad Muni into chanting the mantra, hymn, composed of Ashtadasa Akshar, 18 letters. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. This is the mantra, Diksha mantra, given to Dhruv Maharaj by his Gurudev Shripad Narad Muni. And Lord Vasudev, so who is the Adhishtatri Dev, who is the presiding deity of this mantra? Lord Vasudev. Yes. Shamchandra Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Dandat Pranam. Prabhu, actually if you count the syllables, I mean letters, it is coming to 12. And elsewhere I have read also as a 12 letters this entire thing. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
You're right, Prabhu.
Okay. That's why I got to clarify. Thank you.
Yeah. Ashtadasha Akshar mantra we chant. The Gopal mantra is the 18th syllable. And you're absolutely right. Thank you for pointing that out. Maybe we should write to Dravida Prabhu. There should be 12. Can somebody check on Veda base? Is it corrected? Because maybe in the book it is not correct, but they corrected on the Veda base. Somebody just check on Veda base. If it is corrected, it should be 12. Thank you, Prabhuji. That was very nice catch. And Lord Vasudev incarnated himself as Prishni Garbha. Prishni Garbha means the son of Sutapa and Prishni. Yes, Shanta Radhika Mataji, आपने चेक किया? माताजी अनम्यूट कीजिए.
हाँ प्रभु जी, हमारे को श्लोका रिसाइटेशन में बताया था कि जो जैसे ओम है ना, तो इसमें अ और जो मात्रा आती है ना ओ, उसको भी काउंट करते हैं, देन इट बिकम्स 18 लेटर.
कैसे? लेकिन फिर भी 18 नहीं होता है. आप गिनिए कैसे होता है 18. ओम में कितने हैं आपके हिसाब से?
ओ की मात्रा हो गई तो वो एक वो भी काउंट होएगा. सिलेबल काउंट करते हैं ना इसको. म तो ओम में 3 हो गए ना.
ठीक है, 3. न मो ये 2 5.
नमो में 5 नहीं हुए. नमो में न म और ओ 3 हो गए ना प्रभु जी.
हाँ
नमो
नहीं, नमो में 3 नहीं है. नमो
न म और ओ की साउंड
ऐसी उसकी गणना नहीं, उसकी गणना ऐसे नहीं माताजी, ऐसे नहीं गिनते उसको. ये नमो 2 ही अक्षर है. वो लघु हो सकता है.
मैं कंफर्म करती हूँ प्रभु जी से.
आप कंफर्म कीजिए, क्योंकि कुछ अक्षर मंत्र में लघु होंगे, कुछ गुरु होंगे, पर ऐसा नहीं कि पूरी
मात्रा को भी काउंट करते हैं. तभी उसके रिसाइटेशन जो हम करते हैं ना, फिर उसके अकॉर्डिंगली करते हैं कि हमें कौन सी लय के अंदर, कौन से मीटर में हमें गाना है, उस श्लोक को कैसे रीड करना है ना.
अच्छा ठीक है, आप जरा कंफर्म कीजिए. पर मुझे लगता है कि ये ऐसा नहीं होता है. नमो 2 ही होगा. भगवते ये 4 है. वासुदेवाय वासुदेवाय ये 5 है.
नहीं 5 नहीं होंगे, ये ज्यादा होंगे अकॉर्डिंग टू मी, पर मैं आई विल कंफर्म टुडे.
ठीक है, आप कंफर्म कीजिए, पर मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि ठीक है, आप कंफर्म कीजिए, फिर देखते हैं. You want to say something, Shama Kishori Mataji, Mukta Sangha Prabhu?
Prabhuji, I checked Veda base, it's 18 there.
18. Mukta Sangha Prabhu, you want to say something?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes.
In 4th Canto, 8th chapter, 54th verse, is clearly described. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. This is the 12-syllable mantra for worshipping Lord Krishna.
Yeah, this is definitely a mistake. 18 syllable is our Gopal mantra. So this is 12 syllable. So, okay, so this has to be corrected. Maybe someone should write an email to Dravid Prabhu. Okay. Thank you, Prabhuji, for confirming that. Mukta Sangha Prabhu, that settles it, that this is 12 syllables. So Shamchandra Prabhu is right. I will make a note here. And Lord Vasudev incarnated himself as Prishnigarbha. तो शांता राधिका माता जी, आप कहाँ पे हो? देखिए, वैसे हमारा जो हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र है ना, तो हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र में भी जो ऐसे कंबाइंड सिलेबल्स है, जैसे कृष्ण, तो कृष्ण में कितने हुए आपके हिसाब से? कितने सिलेबल्स?
कृष्ण में कर 4, वो अलग है प्रभु जी. इसके अंदर जो श्लोका में हमें जो कराए थे ना, आप अगर काउंट करते हो तो 18 ही आते हैं. ओम के अंदर 2 हो गए, नमो में 3 हो गए, भगवते में 5 हो गए, और वासुदेवाय में 1 2 3 4 5 6, तो वो टोटल 18 होते हैं प्रभु जी.
माता जी ऐसे नहीं, सिलेबल्स को ऐसे ही उसकी गणना नहीं होती है. So,
उन्होंने हमें, मैं आज पूछूंगी, हिज ग्रेस प्रेमांजन प्रभु जी है ना पंजाबी बाग टेम्पल में, तो उन्होंने हमें ऐसे ही बताया था श्लोक रीड करना.
अच्छा, ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. मैं ये बात कह रहा हूँ कि जैसे हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र है ना, तो चैतन्य भागवत में महाप्रभु श्री चैतन्य देव स्वयं कहते हैं कि ये 16 नाम 32 अक्षर का मंत्र है, हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र. तो उसमें भी कृष्ण ऐसा कंबाइंड है, तो कंबाइंड इज कंसिडर्ड एज वन ओनली. ये सरोजनंदिनी माता जी,
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I was just wanting to confirm, it says composed of 18 letters, not syllables.
Letters and syllables will be synonymous, Mataji.
It's synonymous? Okay.
क्योंकि संस्कृत में ऐसा लेटर ऐसा नहीं ना, संस्कृत में, इन संस्कृत इट इज नॉट ऐसा लेटर, और ये इन संस्कृत इट इज अक्षर. कितने अक्षर है, कितने अक्षर का मंत्र है, वो तो प्रभुपाद इज ट्रांसलेटिंग. समबडी कैन लुक एट द हिंदी ऑल्सो, लुक एट द हिंदी अनुवाद ऑफ दिस. वो तो माता, that's just a deficiency of the English language. Letters kaho, syllables kaho, same thing. When you talk in Sanskrit, it is akshar. So this
when we say Hare Krishna, it is Shodashaka Nam, right? Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So that is also a syllable based, right?
No. Shodashakam Nam. It is 16 names.
16 names.
Krishna,
right.
Hare, like 16 names, but 32 akshar. In Chaitanya Bhagavat, Mahaprabhu says that this is Shola akshar, Shola Nam 32 akshar mantra. A Mahamantra. This Mahamantra is 32 akshar, 32 syllables. So Krishna is also 2 syllables only. That half syllable is not counted as a full syllable.
Okay, so letter and syllable are synonymous here.
Yes, Mataji. It can be considered as akshar. Kitne akshar hai?
Akshar. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah, no problem. So the presiding deity of this mantra, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, is who?
इसमें हिंदी में भी प्रभु जी 18 अक्षर ही लिखा हुआ है.
हाँ, वो गलत है माता जी, उसको करेक्ट करना होगा. It should be 12. बट आप वो प्रभु जी से पूछिए पंजाबी बाग मंदिर में, ठीक है? तो इस मंत्र के अधिष्ठात्री भगवान वासुदेव है, अधिष्ठात्री देव भगवान वासुदेव है. इसीलिए लॉर्ड वासुदेव incarnated himself as Prishnigarbha, the personality of Godhead with 4 hands, and awarded the prince a specific planet above the 7 stars. जो सप्तर्षि, the 7 sages के जो planets है, 7 stars, उनसे भी ऊपर. Prince Dhruv, after achieving success in his undertakings, saw the Lord face to face, and he was satisfied that all his needs were fulfilled. So Dhruv Maharaj, by chanting this mantra, pleased Lord Vasudev, and Lord Vasudev came as Prishnigarba, the son of Sutapa and Prishni, and gave Dhruv Maharaj a beautiful planet. The planet, यहाँ पे बहुत अच्छा तत्व है, तो थोड़ा ध्यान से सुनिए. The planet awarded to Prince Dhruv Maharaj is a fixed Vaikuntha planet installed in the material atmosphere. This is called Prapanchik Vaikuntha. Srila Jiva Goswami explains Prapanchik Vaikuntha. There is a Vaikuntha planet even in this material world, even in this Brahmanda, our universe. There is a spiritual planet. So here clearly Prabhupada is saying this planet, Dhruva Lok, it's a fixed Vaikuntha planet in the material world by the will of the Supreme Lord Vasudev. By Krishna's will, anything is possible. In the material world, a spiritual Vaikuntha planet can manifest. Hai na? Krishna can appear as wood, Daru Brahma, Jagannath. Krishna can do anything. So he can appear in the material world as a spiritual planet. He can manifest. Clearly it is said by the will of the Supreme Lord Vasudev. This planet, although within the material world, will not be annihilated at the time of devastation, but will remain fixed in its place. And because it is a Vaikuntha planet, never to be annihilated, it is worshipped even by the denizens of the 7 stars, the Saptarshi and their followers, which will be situated above the Dhruv Lok. Therefore, Dhruv Lok is considered to be the topmost planet within this Brahmanda. It is worshipped by the 7 stars. It is as well as by the planets which are even above the Dhruva planet. Therefore, when Pavaneshwar Prabhu was talking about the structure of the universe, he was saying that all the planets, they revolve around this. They circumambulate this Dhruva Lok, North Star. Maharshi Bhrigu's planet is situated above the Dhruva Lok planet. Bhrigu Muni's planet is above Dhruva Lok, but still Bhrigu Muni also offers obeisances to Dhruva Lok. So the Lord incarnated himself as Prishni Garbha just to satisfy a pure devotee of the Lord. And Prince Dhruva achieved this perfection simply by chanting the hymn mentioned above and being initiated by another pure devotee, Narad Muni. Raise your hand. What are the criteria? Quick. What all did Dhruv Maharaj do? Arre, quick, you just read. Raise your hand, fatafat. Yes, Shama Kishori Mataji. Number 1.
By chanting the holy names and by Guru Padashray.
By being initiated by a Guru and chanting the mantra given by the Guru. This is what Dhruv Maharaj did. See, clearly Prabhupada says, he achieved perfection simply by chanting the hymn mentioned above and being initiated by a pure devotee, Narad Muni. Now listen carefully. A serious personality can thus achieve the highest perfection of meeting the Lord and attain his objective simply. So we can have Bhagavad Darshan, we can have Bhagavad Sakshatkar simply by being guided by a pure devotee who automatically approaches by dint of one's serious determination to meet the Lord by all means. Janama Safala Jar Krishna Darshan Hoi Jache Ekabar. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that person's life is successful who at least once has had darshan of Krishna. So one who wants to have Krishna Darshan, one who wants to have the association of Krishna face to face, it is possible. This is the highest perfection. It is possible simply by being guided by a pure devotee. Everybody caught this, Siddhanta? Simply by being guided by a pure devotee. So we simply have to be guided by our Guru Maharaj, who is a pure devotee. Bas. Text 9. So, Shanta Radhika Mataji, आप पढ़िए. श्लोक क्रमांक 9. ये भी ब्रह्म संहिता के जैसा ही है. चिंता
यद वेनम उपत्गतम द्विजवाक्य व्रजनी निष्प्लुष्ट पौरुष भंगम निर्ये पंतंतम त्रावतार्थितो जगति पुत्र पदम च लेभे दुग्धा वसुनी वसुधा सकलानि येन.
वेरी गुड. अभी अनुवाद पढ़िए.
Maharaj Venu went astray from the path of righteousness, and the Brahmanas chastised him by the thunderbolt curse. By this, King Vena was burnt with his good deeds and opulence and was en route to hell. The Lord, by his causeless mercy, descended as his son by the name of Prathu, delivered the condemned King Vena from hell, and exploited the earth by drawing all kinds of crops as produce. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
हरे कृष्णा शांता रति जी, बहुत
करेक्ट
बढ़िया।
तो नहीं था प्रभुजी पर
नहीं अच्छे से पढ़ा आपने, थैंक यू। So very important verse here. Lord Brahma is describing now which incarnation? Raise your hand. Which incarnation is being described? So yes, Shamchandra Prabhu.
Prabhu, Prithu Maharaj?
No, very good. Prithu Maharaj is being described here. So Maharaj Vena, he went astray from the path of dharma. Utpatha gatam, he went away from the right path. And therefore, he was chastised. He was cursed by the Brahmanas to die. Just by one hunkar, they killed him. This will be described later on in the 4th canto. By this, King Vena was burnt. He was finished by this. Nishplushta Paurusha. And he was burned along with all his good deeds. Whatever pious credits he might have had accrued previously, everything got destroyed by going on the path of adharma. And he was en route to hell. He was on his way to hell. But the Lord, by his causeless mercy, descended. As whose son? As Vena's son. As Vena's son. Krishna can appear anywhere. He is never polluted. He is like the lotus, always above. And his name was Prithu. And he delivered the condemned king Vena from hell and exploited the earth by drawing all kinds of crops as produce. This is the activity. This is the Urukrama, the great activity of Lord Prithu Maharaj. So here is very interesting thing. Please pay attention. We are going to read the purport. Purport is brilliant, as usual, Srila Prabhupada's purport. But here is some important reflection. If we go to the 7th canto, beg your pardon. If we go to the 10th canto, where there is the mention of Shishupal Vad in the Rajasa Yajna. Anybody remembers the connection with Vena Maharaj? 10th canto? Vena Maharaj is referred to in the 10th canto. Who knows? Raise your hand. I gave a hint just now. Yudhishthir Maharaj. Anybody remembers what question Yudhishthir Maharaj asks about Vena? Okay, so listen carefully. In the 10th canto, when Shishupal is killed, Vamshivadan Prabhu, you can tell. Where is Vamshivadan Prabhu? Vamshivadan Prabhu?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Prabhuji, wish you a very, very happy belated birthday. Please forgive me, Prabhuji, but wish you a very, very happy belated birthday. Dear devotees, let us all pray for Vamshivadan Prabhu. Very, very humble and sincere and advanced devotee. Both Vamshivadan Prabhu and his good wife, Vrinda Kumari Mataji, and their daughter Akshita. Let's pray for them so that they can make more and more spiritual advancement and always be sources of pleasure to Hari, Guru, and Vaishnavas. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So Vamshivadan Prabhu, go ahead.
Thank you so much, Prabhu. Prabhu, please.
Hare Krishna.
I raise my hand to answer, Prabhu. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
You should be happy. You got the blessings of all.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Grateful to you, Prabhu, always. Prabhuji, the question you asked is Yudhishthira Maharaj, he asked when Shishupal is actually killed, and he asked Srila Narad Muni, how is that Shishupal is totally envious and how he merged into the body of Krishna. And,
how Shishupal got liberation.
Yes. And then he quotes King Vena also, because Vena also was envious, but he did not
what he
get
says
the same
about King
distinction.
Vena? What does he say about King Vena?
He mentions that Vena went to hell.
Ah, excellent. Very good. Maharaj Yudhishthira says that Vena went to hell, but this Shishupal got liberation. Both were against Krishna. Both were against Dharma. Maharaj Yudhishthira says, why? Why this happened? Shripad Narad Muni, can you explain? I am confused. So what does Shripad Narad Muni reply? Anybody remembers? Hari Bol, ecstatic verse. Ecstatic verse. What Shripad Narad Muni says. It's maddening what Shripad Narad Muni says. So sweet. Anybody remembers? Okay. Shripad Narad Muni says, Gopya kamad bhayat kamso dvaishas chedayado nripa sambandhad vishnayo snehad yuyam bhaktya vayam vibho. Shripad Narad Muni says, in reply to this question of Maharaj Yudhishthira, that yes, King Vena went to hell, and Shishupal right now in front of all of us has got Sayujya Mukti. He merged into Krishna. We saw the soul came out, and the soul by Krishna's arrangement became visible. And the soul was like a Jyoti, because the soul is spiritual. So it's effulgent. It's part of Krishna, and Krishna is all effulgent. The soul came and merged into the lotus foot of Krishna in front of everybody. So Yudhishthira Maharaj says, this is amazing. Shishupal gali de raha tha Bhagwan ko. 100 times gali diya and liberation mil gaya. So this is, and Vena went to hell. So what is the difference between Vena and Shishupal? Shripad Narad Muni explains the difference is Shishupal was Krishna conscious, even though inimically. But Vena was so unfortunate that he never thought of Bhagwan, neither as a friend nor as an enemy. Shishupal at least thought of Krishna as an enemy. Yena kena prakaran. Mana Krishna niveshayat. Somehow or the other we should fix our mind on Krishna. So Narad Muni says this beautiful verse. Gopya kamad. The gopis attain perfection by their kam, by their pure love for Krishna. Gopya kamad bhayat kamso. This Kamsa also got perfection out of always being fearful of Krishna. Even Kamsa would look at the clouds and he would think, maybe Krishna is hiding behind the cloud and he will attack me from there. He would look at a tree, he would say, is Krishna hiding behind it? Everywhere Kamsa was sarvatra hai nija shatru spurti. Always he was remembering instead of nija ishta spurti, like Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, he was having sarvatra nija shatru spurti. He was having smaran of his so-called enemy. Krishna is nobody's enemy. But he was thinking like that. So out of fear for Krishna, fear of Krishna, out of fear of Krishna, Kansa attained Krishna. Gopya kamat bhayat kamso. What about the Shishupal? Now the answer is given by Shripad Narad Muni. Dveshas chaidayedo nripa. This Chedi Nripa, Chedi Raj, Shishupal, he attained perfection by dvesh, by constantly envying Krishna. Always he was to find faults with Krishna. Shishupal. Always he was just sworn enemy of Krishna from the time of his birth. When a child is born, the child cries, says mama, papa. Shishupal nothing. He was just giving bad words to Krishna from the time he was born. He hated Krishna with a gusto. And he wanted to marry Rukmini also. And Krishna comes and takes Rukmini and goes away. You can imagine the frustration of Shishupal. My Guru Maharaj, Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj, says something very sweet. He says that Shishupal is Ravan in his previous incarnation. Shishupal was Ravan. And he kidnapped Sita. And he wanted to enjoy Sita, but his plans were frustrated. Lord Ramchandra came and killed him. And because of the curse of Lord Brahma, he could not force himself on Sita. Of course, she was Maya Sita, but he could not because he would have died. Because Nalakuver had complained to Brahmaji when his wife Rambha was attacked by Ravan. So Brahmaji spoke a curse that this Ravan, if he again forces himself on a woman, he will drop dead immediately. So Ravan was aware of that curse, so he could not force himself on Maya Sita. Of course, he did not know she was Maya Sita. So Ravan desperately wanted to enjoy Sita. To enjoy Sita, he lost his sons, he lost his brother, he lost his kingdom, he lost his family, his wife, he lost his very life just to fulfill the desire to enjoy Sita, but he could not. He was frustrated as Ravan. Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj says that same Ravan has come as Shishupal. And now he's in a very advantageous position because there Sita Devi did not want to marry him. And Janak Maharaj had given Sita's hand to Ram. Pani Grahan Bhagwan Ram ne kiya tha. But as Shishupal, aho bhagya, ki now Rukmi and Bhishmak Maharaj want to give the Pani, want to give the hand of Rukmini, who is Sita, in the hands of Shishupal. And Shadi ho rahi hai, Vivah ho raha hai. Everything, everybody is invited, the marriage is taking place. Now Janak Maharaj is also willing to get the marriage done. To Shishupal, to Ravan. Sita is being given to Ravan by Janak Maharaj in Krishna Leela, so to say. Because Bhishmak Maharaj is giving the hand of Rukmini to Shishupal and he has come to Masta to marry. It is his wedding. And suddenly Krishna comes, Ram comes and takes Sita away. So this is Shishupal. He hated Krishna like anything. And now he goes to Yudhishthira Maharaj's Rajasui Yatna and there Krishna is getting Agra Puja. He is being worshipped by everybody. And Bhishma Dev, Bal Brahmachari, is saying that there is no Brahmachari like Krishna. He has married Rukmini. You can imagine Shishupal's frustration. He has produced 10 children from my Rukmini and a daughter. And Bhishma Dev, the greatest Mahajan Brahmachari, is saying that there is no Brahmachari like Krishna. Shishupal could not take it. He was so angry. He just blasphemed Krishna like anything. And he gets liberation. Narad Muni says, because he was always thinking of Krishna. Even though as an enemy, Dvesh, as envy, out of envy, but he was always thinking. So this Chediraj, Shishupal also got liberation. So Gopya Kamad, Bhayat Kamso, Dvesha, Chedayo Nripa. The Chedi Nripa, Chedi Naresh, Shishupal got by Dvesh. Sambandhad Vrishnayo, the Vrishnis, the Yadus, they got perfection by Sambandha, by considering Krishna as Hamara Yadav hai. He's our Yadav. He's one of us. He's our family member. So the Dwarkavasis got perfection of life by considering Krishna as a family member. Sambandhad Vrishnayo, Snehad Yuyam. And oh, Yudhishthira Maharaj, tum kuch kam nahi ho. Your life is also sarthak. Your life is also perfect. You have attained perfection by accepting Krishna as your Snehi, as your Mitra, as your Sakha. Snehad Yuyam. Yuyam means you. You Pandavas, you are perfect because you have accepted Krishna as your Snehi, Jan, as your friend. So, Sambandhad Vrishnayo, Snehad Yuyam. And then Yudhishthira says, what about you? Narad Muni, you are also perfect. What about you? Bhaktya Vyayam Vibho. Vibho. Oh Maharaj Yudhishthir. Bhaktya Vyayam. We have also attained perfection through bhakti. We are bhakta. Hum to Bhagwan ke bhakt hai. Aap mitra ho. Hum to bhakt hai Bhagwan ke. Narad Muni. Very beautiful verse. You can memorize this verse. Gopya Kamad Bhayat Kamso Dvesha is Chaidayo Nripa. Sambandhad Vrishnayo Snehad Yuyam Bhaktya Vayam. Vayam means we. Bhaktya Vayam Vibho. And we, the devotees, well, we attain perfection by our bhakti for this Krishna. So yena kena prakarena manat Krishna nivesha. Somehow or the other, bring this Krishna in your mind, Narad Muni says. And then this is the icing on the cake. Bhakta Shiromani Munivar Shripad Narad Muni says to Maharaj Yudhishthir that Yudhishthir Maharaj, because see, now he said Bhaktya Vayam, we also attain perfection by our bhakti. A devotee never says like that. Ki hum bhakti ke bal pe Bhagwan ko prapt ho gaye. But he said that because that is the truth. It is the fact. So he said that. But then his humility comes again. And Sripad Narad Muni says, but what to speak the truth, my dear Yudhishthira Maharaj, actually Kansa, Shishupal, they are greater than us. They are better than the devotees. Because we try to think of Krishna. But these demons, they are always thinking of Krishna. They think of Krishna with such intensity, such dvesh, such fear, such anger, that even we devotees cannot think of Krishna with such intensity. This is the humility of Sripad Narad Muni. I love this section of Srimad Bhagavatam. This is the heart of a Vaishnava. Such a humble heart. Sripad Narad Muni is saying in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam to Maharaj Yudhishthir that the Bhagavad Dveshijan, the enemies of Krishna, are better than us devotees. ऐसे भक्त कहाँ मिलेंगे? कलियुग के भक्त तो कहते हैं और तुम्हारे भक्त जनों में हमसे बढ़कर कौन? Srimad Narad Muni is saying that the demons are better than us. Demons are better than us. अभी गणेश चतुर्थी चल रही इसलिए याद आया. देवा हो देवा गणपति देवा. हरे कृष्ण. गणेश जी की जय. गणेश जी के भक्तों की जय. सब संतों की जय. Point is that the devotees of Krishna are so humble. Trinadapi sunichena. So this is Srimad Narad Muni. So where were we? Vena. So Maharaj Vena went to hell. So Srimad Narad Muni says Vena went to hell because unlike Shishupal, Vena never thought of Krishna as an enemy. Correct? Everybody agrees? So that is a fact. But this verse of Srimad Bhagavatam tells us what happened to Vena. He went to hell. True. Srimad Narad Muni is perfect. Vena went to hell. Shishupal got liberation. But where did Vena go afterwards? Vena ka bhi uddhar hi hua. Srimad Bhagavatam always has a happy ending. I repeat, Srimad Bhagavatam always has a happy ending. There is no, you read and tell me, there is no sad ending in Srimad Bhagavatam. The only sad thing is that Bhagavatam ended in the 12th canto. Should have continued. Otherwise, there is no any day. You take Priyavrat, you take Pururava, you take Yayati, everything, every story ends as a happy story. Okay, so now I know it's late, but very quickly we have to look at this beautiful purport of Srila Prabhupada, because Prabhupada tells us what happened to Vena after he went to hell. You want to hear? Hari Bol. Okay, so आप पढ़ लेना फर्स्ट पैराग्राफ, बहुत अच्छा है. चाणक्य पंडित चंद्रगुप्त के विषय में प्रभुपाद जी लिखे हैं कि हाउ अ ब्राह्मण इज नॉट पेड. एनीबडी हु एक्सेप्ट्स अ सैलरी कैन नॉट बी अ ब्राह्मण. ब्राह्मण वर्क्स फॉर फ्री. He can accept some dakshina, but he is not a salaried person. Anyway, so next paragraph, 3 paragraphs we are going to read. Maharaj Vena did not adhere to this principle of ruling. What is the principle? That a Kshatriya ruler has to be under the guidance of a Brahman, Sadhu Brahman. Like Maharaj Chandragupta was under the Brahman Chanakya. So Maharaj Vena did not adhere to this principle of being in the guidance, anugatya of a Brahman. And he disobeyed the learned Brahmanas. The broad-minded Brahmanas were not self-interested, but looked to the interest of the complete welfare of the whole kingdom, all the subjects. They wanted to chastise King Vena for his misconduct, and so they prayed to the Almighty Lord Krishna, as well as they cursed the king. Long life, obedience, good reputation, righteousness, prospects of being... Listen to this sentence very carefully, my dear friends. If you want to remember one thing from today's class, remember this one sentence. Please look here, pay attention. This one sentence of Srila Prabhupada. Long life, obedience, the virtue of being obedient to Shastra, to Guru, to Sadhu. Good reputation, yash. Righteousness, following dharma, being dharmic, astik. Prospects of being promoted to higher planets, uddhar, urdhvagati. And blessings of great personalities. We may have received Ashirvad of our parents. We may have received Ashirvad of some sadhus, some saints, some devotees. We may have received blessings in our life from different devotees. Are all vanquished. Are all vanquished simply by disobedience to a great soul. Hare Krishna. I'm going to read the sentence again. Pay attention. Long life, the virtue of obedience, our good reputation, our righteousness, ability to follow dharma, prospects of being promoted to the higher planets, uddhar, and all the blessings of great personalities that we have received in life are all vanquished simply by disobedience to a great soul. Guru Ravagya, we should never do. One should strictly try to follow in the footsteps of great souls. What is the example? Maharaj Vena became a king, undoubtedly due to his past righteousness. So, dekho, the verse it says his previous righteousness was all burnt by the curse of the Brahmanas because they were so displeased with him. So he became king because of previous Sukruti. But this is not Nitya Sukruti, previous Anitya Sukruti. He became the king. we can get any power position in this world because of some previous anitya sukriti. That's a fact. If somebody is a Bollywood star, Hollywood star, a sports star, a politician, it is all because of previous anitya sukriti. But one meets a sadhu guru, one gets to serve a sadhu guru, one gets to hear Harikatha from a sadhu guru as a result of previous nitya sukriti, bhakti poshak sukriti. This is the Siddhanta. So Maharaj Vena became a king undoubtedly, Prabhupada says, undoubtedly due to his past deeds of pious credits, righteousness. But because he willfully, aisa nahi ki unknowingly, he didn't know, he was ignorant. No, willingly, knowingly, deliberately, he neglected the great souls. He was punished by the loss of all the above mentioned acquisitions. All these acquisitions of blessings, righteousness, pious credits, fame, ability to go to the higher planets, everything was taken away from him because he disobeyed the Guru, Sadhu and Shastras. In the Vaman Puran, the history of Maharaj Vena and his degradation are fully described. So now Prabhupada is quoting from Vaman Puran. When Maharaj Prithu heard about the hellish condition of his father Vena, who was suffering from leprosy in the family of a Mlecha, Maharaj Prithu at once brought the former king Vena to Dharmakshetra Kurukshetra, and for his purification he brought him there and relieved him of all sufferings. Hari Bol. So Maharaj Vena also was shown mercy by his son Prithu. Maharaj Prithu, the incarnation of God, descended by the prayer of the Brahmanas to rectify the disorders on earth. He produced all kinds of crops from the earth, but at the same time he performed the duty of a son also. What is the duty of a son? Putrayati iti putra. A son who delivers his father from hellish condition. The word putra means one who delivers the father from hell, called put. That is a worthy son. Srila Gaur Govind Maharaj says, one who delivers the father from the hell, put, is putra. And one who does not deliver is mutra. Sorry to say that. So like that. So that is the end of this purport. Very important purport and very nice ending to Maharaj Vena, that he also got Uddhar. He also got liberated because of his great son, Maharaj Prithu. So in this connection, we remember Shripad Ayendar Prabhu. I have told that story. Everybody remembers how he delivered his father. So I'll not repeat. It's there in his book, The Heart of Transcendental Book Distribution. Okay. So now from verse number 10, we will continue next time, Krishna willing. Jagat Guru, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So Ajay Govinda Prabhu, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you so much for the nice class. First of all, I want to remind everybody for tomorrow's the most auspicious appearance of Srimati Radharani. Tomorrow is Radha Ashtami, so happy Radha Ashtami to everyone tomorrow.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, I have one question, little confused in understanding and connecting the two things. The verse you were talking about, Gopya Khamad Bhayat Kamso, wherein Narad Muni is acknowledging that those demons are actually better than us because they are remembering Krishna and they are getting mercy of Krishna. And on the other hand, we see Rupa Goswami's Anya Vilashita Shunyam Gyan Karma Adi Anavritam Anukuligena Krishna Anushilinam is Bhakti Uttama. So that is Bhakti Uttama, but other people are also getting the mercy and they are also going to the, what I'm missing is, are they going to the same destination or it's just referring to their mercy concern to the liberation?
No. So we studied this in the first canto of Srīmad Bhāgavatam, where we saw how Vidur liberates Dhritarashtra Maharaj. There Srila Prabhupada explains, and Srīmad Bhāgavatam itself explains, that because of Dhritarashtra's Vaishnava aparat to the Pandavas, Dhritarashtra could not get bhakti. Although he got the association of Yamaraj, Vidur, he was one of the 12 Dwadash Mahajans, but he could not come to the path of bhakti and he simply got liberation. So these demons, they get liberation. As we discussed, even Shishupal got Sayujya Mukti, liberation.
Okay.
And but the devotees, they get personal association of Krishna. They get personal association of Krishna. So we, therefore, Kansa, Shishupal, they are not considered as devotees. They are considered as asuras, demons. But we want to be devotees by following what you quoted, Srila Rupa Goswami's definition of Uttama Bhakti, pure Bhakti, that we have to be Anukulyana Krishna. We have to be favorable to Krishna, like the gopis. Tomorrow is Radha Ashtami. To relieve Krishna of one moment of his headache, the gopis are willing to give the dust of their lotus feet and go to hell eternally. go to hell eternally. This is Anukul and Krishna. Okay, Krishna Anukul, not me Anukul, Krishna Anukul. So that is the path of bhaktas. So how do we understand this? That Gopya Kama, we can understand. Gopis only want Krishna, so they get Krishna. Bhayat Kamso. And Dvesh, Chedi Naresh gets through Dvesh. Kansa gets through Bhay of Krishna, because he wants to kill Krishna, thinking that otherwise Krishna will kill him. So here we have to apply the Kaumuta Kinyaya. Kim Uta. If even a demon can get Sadgati up to liberation, Sayujya Mukti, then what to speak of the devotees?
Oh, okay.
So Kaumuta Kinyaya. Kim Uta. If this is possible, then what if, like in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srila Haridas Thakur quotes the verse from Narsimha Puran, that Damshri Dramshtrahato Mlecho Harameti Puna Puna Uktopi Mukti Mapnoti Kim Puna Shraddhan Grina. He says that Damshri Damshtrahato Mlecha, when the Damshri, the wild boar was killing the Mlecha, the Musalman, Haram, haram iti puna puna. Again and again I was saying haram, haram, because Muslims, they consider the pigs very contaminated. And rightly so. They are contaminated. So you're saying haram, haram. This is not halal, this is haram. Haram, haram iti puna puna. Narsimha Puran says. Narsimha Puran has the word haram. But Lord Ramchandra takes it as haram, haram. Haram iti puna puna. Uktopi. As soon as he said, ukto means say, as soon as you said haram, haram, Uktopi mukti mapnoti. The mlecha got mukti, not bhakti. Uktopi mukti mapnoti. Kim puna shraddhayan grina. So with shraddha, if a devotee is saying Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haram haram bolne wale ko mukti mil rahi hai. To jo Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, with shraddha says, with love calls out Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Like Srila Prabhupada taught, like a child. Oh Radharani, oh Krishna, please engage me in your Anukul Seva. Then what to speak of such a devotee? Kim Puna Shraddhayan Grinan. Jo Shraddha se Grinan karenge Bhagwan ka naam, unka kya hoga? So Kaumutu ki Nyaya has to be applied. Okay?
Yes, and why would Narad Muni just say that, they are much better than the devotees?
That is the Dainyata, humility of a devotee. A devotee, like Srila Gaur Govind Maharaj ko video hai, Bhaktivedanta Maharaj baithe hai, and one Mataji is asking questions about Vaishnava Aparadh. Srila Gaur Govind Maharaj says that Vaishnava's heart is, if a list is made of all the devotees, aisa dikhate haath se, if a list is made of all the devotees, my name will be last. That is the heart of a devotee. A devotee always thinks that I am the lowest and everybody else is better than me. Like Srila Narottam Thakur says, Mosama Patita Prabhu Tribhuvane Nai. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Daya Koro More Tuma Bina Ke Dayalu Jagata Samsare Patita Pavana Hetu Tava Avatar Mosama Patita Prabhu Na Pai Bayar. Milega hi nahi mere aisa patita. Narottam Thakur is saying, Champak Manjari is saying like this. So who can understand the heart of a devotee? Heart of a devotee naturally is very humble, because the devotee is always in connection with Shri Radha. His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj says that one who does aparadha becomes Radha Shunya. Radha Shunya means there is no connection with Radharani. One who does aparadha. And as long as we have connection with Radharani, we have humility, because Radharani introduces every devotee to Krishna as follows, that this is a better devotee than me. Radharani is saying. So Narad Muni, naturally he is Narada Muni Bajaya Vena Radhika Ramana Name. So he is following Srimati Radharani. So he has the same mood that every devotee is better than me. And Srila Prabhupada also says, Bhakti Nahi Vedanami. My name is Bhakti Vedanta, but I don't have bhakti and I don't have knowledge. Bhakti Nahi Vedanami. But Name Khub, I have a lot of bharosa in the Naam. Bhakti Vedanta Nama. Ebe Sarthak Karo. He's saying. So all devotees are like that. Bhakti Vinod Thakur also. Kandiya bole Ami to Adham. Bhakti Vinod Thakur. Saptam goes saying, I am Adham. This is the Srila Kaviraj Goswami is saying. Jagai Madai Haite Mui se Papishta. Purushara Kita Haite Mui se Lagishta. That I am more sinful than Jagai Madai and I am lower than the worm in the stool. Hare Krishna. So this is the humility of a devotee. That's why Narad Muni is saying like that. Okay?
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Yes, Sharanagat Mataji, then Sarojanandiri Mataji. Then we'll stop. Because tomorrow is Radha.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji, thank you so much. It's a wonderful question answer. So my question is very dry. I just wanted to know about the Prishni Garbha avatar. I mean, there is nowhere the Leela is mentioned, Prabhuji. So where is this mentioned? Because in Bhagavatam, I couldn't find it.
So mention is there in Bhagavatam. Even Krishna tells Vasudeva and Devaki in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, in the Krishna Janma Leela, that previously you were Sutapa and Prishni, and I was your son Prishni Garbha. Even in Chaitanya, Chaitanya Mangal of Sri Lochandas Thakur, Mahaprabhu, Chaitanya Dev tells Sachi Mata this. You are that same Prishni. So mention is there, but detailed Leela I have not read. So I don't know. Many avatars.
Yeah, that mention is there everywhere, but then like Leela or what
detail
Prishni Garbha.
even I have not come across.
Okay.
Even
Sorry, my mother asked me, so then I thought like whenever this chapter will come, I will ask you that time. But yeah, thank you.
Just tell your,
and
mother
another
that, tell your mother that Prishni Garbha is Krishna. So you read 10th canto.
Okay.
Krishna book.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, thank you so much. And second is that 14th planetary system we studied. I mean, we came across that also, and every time I thought like Dhruva planet or North Pole. I mean, it is above all these 14. So you mentioned that there is some planets above that.
Yeah. So just structurally, there may be some planets above. Even Brahmalok is above, no? Bhrigulok is above, Brahmalok is above the Dhruvlok. But that is just geographically. But as far as the spiritual status is concerned, as far as the exalted nature is concerned, this is Chintamani Dham, Dhruvlok. It's a Chinmay Dham, spiritual abode. So it is superior to Brahmalok also, superior to Bhrigulok also. And therefore, Brahmaji, Bhriguji, they all offer obeisances to Dhruvlok.
Okay. Okay, sorry, but it was my misunderstanding. I thought like it is topmost, like above even the Brahmalok. So okay, thank you so
just
much.
Geographically. But as far as the spiritual nature is concerned, exalted nature is concerned, Dhruvlok is the best. So it's a Vaikuntha planet within the Brahmanda.
Yeah, thank you. And Prabhuji, after Sarojini Mataji's question, like just 2 minutes if you have, because I was so inspired by the Gopi Geet that you sing in the morning. So I did like some, like all the gopis and everything. So I just wanted to show for only 2 minutes, and because tomorrow is Radhashtami. So if Mataji is done and if time permits, just...
Sure. Yes, Sarojanandini Mataji.
Thank you very much for that.
Such a beautiful name, Param Puja Srila Jayapataka Swami has given you, name of Radharani. Sarojanandini, one who appeared from the beautiful lotus flower tomorrow. Srimati Radharani. Yes, please go ahead, Mataji.
So I was wanting to ask about when we were reading the verse 7, and we were discussing how we never see a picture or a situation where Lord Vishnu is worshipping or meditating anyone. But I suddenly remembered the part where Lord Rama worships Lord Shiva while, before he built the bridge to Lanka in Rameshwaram. And then I remembered this thing from Ramanand Sagar's Ramayana that they quote, because, Lord Shiva, Goddess Parvati is asking Lord Shiva, how come he is worshipping you? And then what is the meaning of the name Rameshwaram? So then there they explain Ramaha. There are two meanings of the word Ramaha, Yasya Ishwaraha, Rameshwaraha. And then also Ramasya Ishwaraha, yes, Tasya Rameshwaraha. So these are two opposite meanings. Rama, who is the Lord of Shiva, that is one meaning. And the other meaning is Rama's Lord, at Shiva. So it's kind of conflicting. At the same time, I understand it's not the right understanding that, Rama's Lord as Lord Shiva, but then why is Lord Rama worshipping Lord Shiva? What is he trying to prove?
He's trying to prove Mad Bhakta Puja Abhyadika. He's trying to prove that my devotee is Pujaniya. My devotees are Pujaniya. Actually, in Sri Chaitanya Bhagavat of Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur Mahashaya, when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Lord Nityananda Prabhu also, their Brahmana Leela is mentioned. They go to different places traveling. In Chaitanya Charitamrita also, it is mentioned actually. Srila Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami mentions in the South India Yatra, when Mahaprabhu goes to these places, he goes to Shiva Kanchi and Vishnu Kanchi. And there the Shaivites and the Vaishnavas are always quarreling. Who is supreme? Who is supreme? So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu simply laughed, looking at seeing their fights. And the Shaivites say that the Ishwar of Shivaji, who is the Ishwar of Ram, is Rameshwar. And the Vaishnavas say that one whose Ishwar is Ram, that is Rameshwar. So like that, there are two interpretations, like you very nicely mentioned. We accept the interpretation that Shiva se Ishwar, Lord Ram is the Ishwar of Shiva, because Shivaji clearly says in Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Rama Nama Varanani. In Mahabharata, in Ramayana also, Shivaji is always telling Parvati. Then there is another authentic version of Ramayana called as Adhyatma Ramayana, which is Ramayana narrated by Shankar Bhagwan to Parvati Devi. And even Goswami Tulsidasa's Ramcharitmanas, also a lot of it is narrations of the glories of Lord Ram by Shivaji to Mother Parvati. And when the Ramcharitmanas was thrown in the Ganga, it was Shankar Bhagwan who restored it. So Shankar Bhagwan, no doubt, is the devotee. Therefore, when in his Thasak, when Srila Sridhar Swami, who was in the line of Shripad Shankaracharya, when he wrote a commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam, the original commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam, that time the other followers of Shripad Shankaracharya, they said that no, this commentary should be thrown away. It is not authentic. So then Srila Sridhar Swami says that keep it in front of Shankar Bhagwan. And if Shankar Bhagwan endorses, then it can be accepted. So Lord Shiva, when you enter the house from the garage, left side. Hare Krishna. So when Lord Shiva, the overnight, the tika of Srila Sridhar Swami was kept in the in front of Lord Shiva. And in the morning, Shivaji with his own hand wrote that famous shlok. And look at the Thasak of Shivaji. He says, Aham Vedmi, Shuko Vetti, Vyaso Vetti na Vettiva, Bhaktya Bhāgavatam Grāhyam, Na Budhaya na Chatikaya. This verse is there in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Very famous verse. So Shankar Bhagwan is saying, I know Bhagavatam, Aham Vedmi. Shuko Vetti, yeah, Shukdev Goswami also knows, he is Radharani's parrot. He knows, I know. I am Gopishwar Mahadev. We know, we are Brajvasis. Vyasdev, वो उधर बद्रीनाथ में बैठे हैं. वो Brajvasi नहीं है. Bhagavatam Brajvasi can understand. Shri Radha Govinda also says, Bhagavatam can be understood by a villager, a Brajvasi. So he says, Aham Vedmi, I know Bhagavatam, Shuko Vetti, Shukdev Goswami knows, Vyaso Vetti na Vettiva. Maybe there's a doubt whether Vyasdev knows or not. Shanka hai. Why? Because Bhaktya Bhāgavatam Grāhyam. Only a pure devotee can understand Bhagavatam. Na budhaya, na chatikaya. So here Shivaji is proclaiming himself as a bhakta. He says, Bhaktya Bhāgavatam Grāhyam. A devotee can, and Aham Vedmi. A devotee understands and I understand. Means he is a devotee. Vaishnava Nametha Shambhu. So this interpretation is there. The Shaivites will always interpret it like that, and the Vaishnavas will always interpret it like that. And now the question is, what pleases Krishna more? What pleases Shankar Bhagwan more? Will Shivaji be happy if we tell Shivaji that Ram is your worshipper? Or will Shivaji feel happy that you are the worshipper of Ram? So Srimad Bhagavatam, beautiful Rudra Gita is there in the 4th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, where the Prachetas are given beautiful prayers glorifying Krishna, Lord Vishnu, by Shivaji. So there is no doubt that Shivaji is Vaishnava Namatha Shambhu. He is the greatest Vaishnava. And Lord Ramchandra, this is the relationship between Shivaji, Shiva Tattva, and Vishnu Tattva. That Lord Ramchandra loves, actually there is a Puranic verse, I don't have it memorized, where Lord Krishna says that I will tolerate any offense against myself, but I will not tolerate an offense against Shivaji. So this is the love that Krishna or Lord Ram has for Shivaji. Even Krishna, he also, if you see the Dwarka Leela, Shivaji also used to, even the Brajvasis worship. There is a mention when the Sudarshan python, he swallowed Nanda Maharaj. That time they had gone to Ambikavan to worship Shankar Bhagwan. Krishna had gone, Nanda Baba had gone, like that. So even the Brajvasis, even not just Ram worshipping Shivji, even Krishna worshipped Shivji. So like that. Because Vaishnavanam atha Shambhu and Mad Bhakta Puja Vyadika. Yeme Bhakta Jana Partha, Name Bhaktasya Te Jana. Mad Bhakta Nam Chaye Bhaktas, Teme Bhaktottama Mata. In Adi Puran, Krishna tells Arjun that the devotees of my devotees are the topmost devotees. Aradhana Nam Sarvesham Vishnu Aradhana Panam. Shankar Bhagwan is telling Parvati in Padma Puran. सब आराधनाओं में सर्वोत्तम सबसे उत्कृष्ट आराधना है भगवान विष्णु की आराधना. आराधना नाम सर्वेशाम विष्णुर आराधना परम. तो मदर पार्वती थिंग्स मैं तो कभी विष्णु की आराधना करती नहीं, मैं तो आपकी आराधना करती हूँ. आई ऑलवेज वर्शिप यू. तो मेरा क्या होगा? तस्मात् परतरम देवी. बट बेटर देन द आराधना ऑफ विष्णु इज तदीयानाम समर्चनम. Performing some archana means complete samyak rupena archana, complete puja of the devotee of Lord Vishnu. That is me. You are very well situated, Parvati, because you are my worshipper and I am worshipper of Lord Krishna, and servant of the servant is always better. So this is Padma Puran Vakya. That aradhana nam sarvesham Vishnur aradhana param tasmat parataram devi tadiyanam sam archanam. That's why Lord Ramchandra, to prove this point that Mad Bhakta Puja Vyadika, he is worshipping, and that's why Krishna also is worshipping Shivji. Is that okay? Hare Krishna. And Shankar Bhagwan, no one can enter the Ras Leela. Jayo Jayo, what is that? Gopeshwara, Vrindavana Maj. No one can enter the Ras Leela without the blessings of Gopeshwar Mahadev. So that is his position. Actually, our Acharya said that Sadashiv is Gopeshwar Mahadev. In his original form, Shivji is Gopeshwar Mahadev because it's Golok Vrindavan Swarup of Shankar, of Shiv Tattva. And then in Mahesh Dham, the Sadashiv, that is coming from Gopeshwar Mahadev. Gopeshwar Mahadev is the original, our Acharya said, because Golok Vrindavan is the original planet. Govindam Adi Purusham. Like that. So this is our Shiva Tattva. Very wonderful Tattva. I hope this is okay, Mataji. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so no more questions, so we'll stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Granthara Srīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Hari Hari Bol. Thank you very much.
Hari Bol. Prabhuji, can I take?
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot.
Yeah.
Sorry. Wait, devotees. Let me make
So
you.
this is like that Sharad Purnima Ratri, and these are all the dolls, Prabhuji, that I purchased from here, and they are all gopis, and they look sad.
Sad.
Because it is based on a Gopi Geet, Prabhuji, that they are searching for Krishna.
Okay.
And Krishna disappeared, so that story was playing in the background, and then and also the Gopi Geet, and this was shown. And he is sitting there as a Vishnu, but they are not paying attention. The Vrindavan Dham.
Very beautiful. Yeah. Now you should sit there and sing Gopi Geet.
Yes. I sang and recorded, and all my friends also sang, and they also heard about the story, and they were so they really liked it. I mean, so and it is all because I heard from you, Prabhuji. So I really wanted to show you. Thank you so much. Thank you for I took your time.
Beautiful full moon also is there in the background. Very nice. Sharad.
Yes.
Okay. ठीक है. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you all the devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.